Hello and a very warm good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kidwai and you're watching Vertex, the solution of every need. I'm the owner of Vertex, the solution of every need. How is everyone and how is everyone doing? I hope you're liking us and subscribing to our YouTube channel. If there is any kind of questions, queries or doubts, you're more than welcome to email me. My email address and the website link is available in the description box below to reach out to me for any sort of services you're looking for in training and development or tutoring. You are more than welcome. This is this disclaimer here that this channel is specially and solely for the purpose of education, and we only be finding educational content here on this channel. There is no entertainment, so please do not keep any such expectations here. Thank you so much. Now coming back to the title of this video that I'm going to talk on to today is about the power dynamics in the organization and the organizational behavior. What does power dynamics in the organizational behavior means? We need to break it down to understand it more. Now let's break it down. Before we jump into the conclusion about the organizations and the power dynamics of those organizations, we need to understand what is organizational behavior. Well, there are different sort of people who work in a team, in an organization. They have different personalities, their decision making, their working style, their education, their experience, their qualifications, their backgrounds, everything, it's completely different from one another, and they work closely in one team for one vision and mission of that organization or in that project, right? The way they react to certain situations, to certain people, the way they take the decisions, the way they implement their thought process, any idea, any new concept is all about their behavior in the organization, towards the vision and the mission of that organization. Now, when we work in an organization, we all work, and we sometimes work in the authoritative positions, in the powerful positions, and sometimes we are working under powerful people or working under authoritative people. There are different sort of personalities of human beings and their behaviors as a whole. It's very important and very essential to understand, to survive, or to understand the dynamic or that relation either in your personal life or in your professional life with that individual. Now, usually what happens, let's talk about that. There is one evident word I'm using here which plays a big role in our professional as well as in our personal lives, and what that word is? The word is control. We use this word very often in many other ways. We use it in professional life, we use in our personal life, we use it for our health, controlling our diet, controlling our actions, controlling our behavior, controlling the circumstances in our life, and many other things. So this word is so essential for our life and for our lifestyle. Let's break it down, this word, today in this video and understand more about this. Now, control has two aspects. The first is the positive control, the positive aspect of that control, and the second is the negative control and the negative aspect of that word. Now, what is positive control? For example, let's understand here with this example. A person, yourself or anyone, is suffering from some sort of an ailment or disease. He goes to a doctor, therapist, psychiatrist, psychologist, anybody, for any kind of health problem he's going through. The person who is a specialist is able to control the problem. This is called as exerting force, expertise, decision making, knowledge, education, experience to control a problem in a positive way. So this is the positive aspect. It brings positive results. It's result-oriented actions. On the contrary, if the control is negative, it will not bring any result. It's either zero or negative. Either you will go in negative or you will be in zero. So what does this negative control implies here? The negative control means, for example, if you're working in an organization, you're working in an organization on an authoritative position, for instance, and you want to control people, their thought process, their opinions, their perceptions, their actions, everything the way you want, that as per your expectations. You are exerting it on those people and controlling them. That is negative control. It will not bring any result. It will eventually be totally negative or zero. So this is what power dynamics in the organizations and the organizational behavior. It's all about organizational behavior. Now, why it happens, it's important to understand for those who suffers from this and how to deal with it. It's important who are suffering from it. And why we shouldn't be doing this, it's for those who may intentionally or unintentionally doing this. Now, let me break it down about this aspect of control, which is done unintentionally. One point is, at times we may try to control some situations. Let's take a very minute instance, an example here to understand this. Suppose I have a child and he has a habit. I want him to get rid of that habit. Let's say any unproductive habit he may have. I'm trying to micromanage my child to get rid of that habit by negatively controlling my child for different sort of exposures that is required for his mental or physical growth. Let's say we are stopping our child to go cycling or to go swimming or to go for any physical activity which may be beneficial for him, but because we need to control the child to get rid of that, what we want, we are negatively controlling the child. It's a very minute thing and a very delicate thing to understand. That means I'm trying to reinforce something in my child, but I'm negatively controlling my child for an exposure which is beneficial for him. In that way, the result is nothing. The child is unable to understand. The child is not reinforced with something that he thinks it's important. He may be confused. What should I do? Is going out for cycling, swimming, or any physical activity is not good. What should I do? So here, it's important to have a discussion. If I need to reinforce something, a positive reinforcement here. In the same way, if there are certain things which are not meant as per your expectations in your team, in the organization, suppose it happens, and you want to change that habit, you want to change that way of doing things, and you want it to be done in a way that you think can bring results for you and for the team and for the organization as a whole, and you want it get it done, you need to positively reinforce it. For that, what is important? It is important that you must have good communication skill. If your communication skill is weak, the other person fails to understand what to do, how to do it, how to perform that, what is expected and what has to be done, what is the outcome, is it productive or it's not productive. So lack of proper communication, lack of proper implementation of your thought that you needed, and you are negatively controlling things in a way that is not bringing any feasible outcome is of no use. This is unintentional by the person who is trying to put some control into the situation. This is unintentional. I don't want my child to be negatively impacted. I want good for him, right? If I care for my team member, I would not negatively impact my team member. If I care about my organization, if I care about my work, if I care about the results I have to deliver, I would not impact my work in a negative way. I will take care of my actions. This is unintentional. Now, coming what is intentional. Now, why intentional happens, this is important to understand for the power dynamics in the organization. Intentional happens due to personalities of individuals, the way they've been put into situations, the way they grew up in an environment, the kind of experience and education they have, the way they've been trained. Maybe they were inexperience of the same that they're trying to exert in this situation. Now, every individual is different, everybody's personality is different. You cannot expect the same result with same individual every time, because every human being is different, not just on the physical aspect, but the thought process, the mental aspect, and every detail of that. So how we can get the desired result is important, and we are intentionally controlling it. We need to change our strategies to understand here. We need to get something done. This is what leadership quality is. Leadership quality doesn't mean that you are negatively controlling things, situations, people, aspects, thought process as you want. You should keep in mind what is the vision of the whole team. What is a desired outcome which is beneficial for the whole organization, that has to be implemented and processed. For that, you have to develop certain strategies, maybe by improving your decision making power, maybe by improving your observational skills, maybe by improving your communication skills, maybe by understanding, being more empathetic. Empathy is very important. Whether you are exercising it in your personal life or a professional life, empathy is extremely important. If you lack empathy, you lack respect for yourself and for others. Respecting the time of individuals, it's the first sign of empathy. If you're respecting the time of your visitors, if you're respecting the time of your team members, from the janitors to the CEO to the directors of the organization, you are working on empathy. Empathy is very much required to get things done, to get results, to be productive. It's important. If we lack it, we will end up nowhere. So think about it. If you're trying to exert some kind of control, is it bringing some change? What you wanted, have you got it? No, you haven't. The employees may quit, or the employees may feel annoyed. Their productivity is halted. So you have not got what you wanted. So to decide what you want, first you need to analyze yourself. What do you require from the other person? What are your expectations? And then work strategically. Then make plans and work on those plans and bring the desired outcome. Now, for people, this is for people who are sitting in an authoritative position or powerful positions. Now, for people who are working under these people, what to do? At times, you face this a lot. I have faced in my professional career as well. We step into some organization where we feel, we analyze, we observe not being respected because of lack of skills of the interviewers or the hiring managers or your bosses in some or the other way. What you need to do, at times it is unintentional. You need to observe it. You need to observe the environment around you. You need to, don't have to speak here and there about it to many other people. No, you don't have to do it. Don't gossip about it to any of your co-workers, any of your teammates. Your co-workers and your teammates are not your family and not your friends. So keep that in your mind always, right? Then analyze the problem, observe it from where it is coming from, analyze the problem, and most importantly, working in such organizations who asserts power play, they have power dynamics, you need to be assertive. If you lose your self-esteem and your confidence in this process, you will lose your focus on your goals. No matter how much educated you are, how much experience you have, how much skills you have, if you lose your self-esteem, you will lose your confidence. Now, people who implements it in a negative way, sometimes they're control freaks, they have personality disorders as well, or they may have their own insecurities, they may be insecure from you, they have bad experiences in the past, and they may be comparing you from those bad experiences. Anything can be there. You can't be so quick to judge until and unless you will not analyze the problem and observe the problem. So analyzing and observing is very important. Then communicate about it. If you get a response, good enough. If the other person not doing it intentionally, and you may have felt it, or you may got miscommunicated or something like that happened, the person will definitely come to you with a solution. If there's no response, then it means that the person doesn't care. And if he doesn't care, that means it's intentional. He wanted or she wanted to make you feel this way. Then in that situation, if you are not in the powerful position, you are not in the authoritative position, what you must do, you must work assertively. You must learn to say no. You can't be a people's pleaser anyhow. Now, people pleaser, who are those people? People pleaser are those people who don't have their own opinion. They don't have any logic. They don't have any knowledge about what they want from their life. They don't have any focus, no goals, no ambitions, where they want to see them in next 5 years. They don't know anything about it. They have a blurred vision about their life. They are people pleaser. They want to please every time, be overly helpful, be overly kind, be helpful, be empathetic, be kind, but respect yourself. Respecting yourself is very, very, very important. And in good organizations, in good productive organizations, this is considerate, and you should always keep that in your mind. So this is my take on power dynamics. It's just a brief video. I don't want to go so too long on this. I'll keep uploading more onto it. By that time, if you feel you would like to connect with me, you're more than welcome. I am pretty responsive. So thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye for now. I'll upload something more relevant onto the same. Thank you, bye-bye, and take care.